Hey, hey, hey! Nandito kami ngayon sa Sarah Winchester's Mystery House Tour. Napaka-historical na lugar, no? True story. Mamaya, iba-vlog namin yan. And malalaman natin kung may makikita tayong multo.
Feeling ko yung sila naman nakaputi na sila. Charing.
Ano?
You guys are a group of Christina, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thank
All right.
you.
Let me let them know and then we'll get started.
Ay, mag-air na po.
Kasi talaga.
Magko-construction po kami sa
Oy.
loob.
Kasi sira yung bahay.
Baka malaglagan.
Kasi may mga basement. Kasi ito yung mas talagang behind the scenes pati. Bukod dun sa mansion tour. Wala to sa normal na tour.
Ito.
Pero ito po talaga yung bahay.
Yeah, si Winchester, yeah. Yung bahay ni
Hello,
Sarah.
everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to our very special Explore More tour. My name is Arizona. I'm going to be your guide as we deep dive into the history, lore, and architecture of the Winchester Mystery House. Now, there is quite a lot to take in as you roam the halls of this historic home, and it's 160 rooms, 2,000 doors, 10,000 windows, and over 125 years of history. We've been offering tours for over 183 years now, and some of the rooms you can see today have been closed off for 90 years. The fact that we've been offering tours for over a century now is quite special, as we believe Sarah would be shocked that our home is still standing and that tours will be given here. Sarah's home was in a constant state of renovation and remodeling, and Sarah's family members had homes, completed homes, so she didn't leave this mansion to anyone in her will. It was, however, purchased by a family from back east who hoped to preserve the mansion so people could experience the unique piece of California history. But during our tour today, guys, we're going to break away from how Sarah would have normally entered. Legend has it these front doors were only used once by the carpenters who installed them, and Sarah Winchester herself. So we're gonna have one lucky volunteer go ahead and open up those front doors for us. Perfect. If you want to grab yourself a little hard hat for the basement later on, then you can open up those doors and come on, and then everyone's go next.
Papauna ka na. For next
Perfect.
Nasusuot na natin.
Ayaw ko. Excited ako yun. Hi guys.
Perfect. You can. Perfect. I got it. You're totally good. Yeah, these are the original front doors, guys. So you guys got to walk through them today. In just a second, you're also going to get the great rare privilege of getting to go up that main staircase. That staircase was closed off for about 111 years. So you guys will actually get to walk up today. So that'll be really cool. But welcome into the guest reception hall. This is the area we call the guest reception hall. Now it's unknown if Sarah kept a guest book because all of her belongings were removed after her death in 1922, passed down to her niece Marion. But the family that did purchase Sarah's home and that opened it up as a tourist attraction, they kept a guest book and they logged every time people came in and did tours. So that's that original guest book on over here. But like I said, all these furniture piecings aren't original to Sarah. The Winchester team has done a really good job though at refurnishing Sarah's home with pieces that would have fit her design and her time period. So you guys can check those out as you come on into the parlor over here. And this is one of those more slower, more personal tours, guys. If you guys have any questions at any point, just let me know. You guys are more than welcome to take photos, all of that. Just ask all the questions.
365 please. Iba kwarto na.
May biscuit.
Yeah, welcome in, guys. This is the parlor.
Nila yung mga...
Welcome into the parlor.
Pinapakain nila.
This is arguably one of the most enchanting rooms of the home because when the sunlight hits the stained glass windows just right, it reflects rainbow prisms onto the hallway we're just in. Yeah, and that's why we think in early tours of the estate, they called this area the prism hallway. Later on, when we get to certain points of the mansion, I always like to point out when you guys can see when the sunlight hits it just right. So we'll see other beautiful stained glass windows like that in just a second. But in just a second, we're going to make our way up that main staircase like I was telling you guys. We're going to talk more about that earthquake that did a lot of damage to Sarah's home. For those of you who don't know already, this mansion was originally a 7-story mansion, but then that big 1906 earthquake happened, did a lot of damage to Sarah's home. So we'll talk more about that later, but keep that in mind. These rooms were all boarded off after that big 1906 earthquake. Sarah never repaired anything or anything like that. These rooms were redone by the Winchester team. So you can keep that in mind. But we'll talk more about that earthquake later. Just again though, we're going to go up that main staircase and you guys are going to see the most expensive stained glass window in the entire mansion. You get to go really, really close to it this time. So you'll notice that it has a little bit of a wave. And that's because over time, gravity has an effect on stained glass, just like people. So you get to go really close to it. And you guys will also notice these cool things called dust corners. Sarah put dust corners in every single corner of every single staircase to keep dust from collecting in the corners. And it's one of the many simple but very smart things she actually managed to lot for everybody working here. So we'll notice those as we make our way up. But I'll point them out when we get there. Yeah, so when you guys are ready, you can follow me this way. We're going to get to see the top of this chimney later, too. This is an original chimney. These are the twin dining rooms. And then we're going to go up this whole staircase over here. This is the main staircase, and those are the dust corners. Super smart. Super handy.
Parang di ano to booking. Malinis magwalis. Ay, mabilis magwalis.
Ayun.
Lagay mo na sa bahay, sis.
Magi.
And coming up on your right side, guys, is the most expensive window in the entire mansion. Up here on your right side, most expensive window in the entire place. Yeah. So take your time and enjoy it. It's beautiful. It sparkles. Super unique.
May diamond.
Oh yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's why it sparkles like that. It's super beautiful. It cost her about $1,300.
At that time.
And it's now worth $30,000.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So yeah, take your time, enjoy it, guys. And then when you're ready, we're gonna come on forward this way. But you know where. Take your time.
That's opinions at 30,000.
Lagyan mo yung dream house.
Kinabog yung Rolex mo doon ng...
I know.
Kuha ko ng bato.
Ay, bago yun. Ay, natin pintuan.
Pintuan din yan.
Yeah. Pintuan na walang puntahan.
And they're original too. Yeah, welcome in, guys. Now we call this the crystal bedroom because it's got mica in this wallpaper here. So that's why it sparkles like that. Super, super beautiful. And you guys are also looking at some original stained glass windows on your right side over there. But these rooms and the room that we're going to go into next were fully completed before that big 1906 earthquake. So now they're all damaged and destroyed. So we're going to talk more about that earthquake whenever you guys are ready. We're going to come up these stairs. But take your time, no rush.
Personally na great.
Lalagyan ng crystal.
Parang ano naman ba siya?
Yeah, welcome up, guys. Welcome up. Now, like I said, these rooms were all destroyed. We know for certain that a chimney would have once stood right here. That's the chimney on over there. And that's a 7-story tower, broken and leaning in the back.
Oh, that's... Oh.
Oh yeah, it all came crumbling down. Yeah, so once super tall, then all crumbled down. It all happened on April 18th, 1906. It would measure to a 7.9 on the Richter scale. He felt all the way from Oregon to Los Angeles. But I don't think people realize how much of a devastation it was to San Jose as a whole, not just this mansion. These photos were all taken during that time, showing you the earthquake damage. The original death toll was about 400. We now know it's about 3,000. And it would have left about 400,000 people homeless. The San Jose post office was destroyed, which is now the Museum of Art in San Jose. Kids had to go to school in tents as their schools were being rebuilt. San Jose High School was destroyed, so you guys are looking at that photo over there. Kids going to school in tents. But the biggest casualty of all was at the Adams State Hospital, where about 11 doctors and 101 patients died. The Vendome Hotel also killed 15 people when its annex collapsed. So like I said, it was extremely devastating to San Jose as an entire whole. But even when Sarah was suffering in her own mansion, she helped the community rebuild. She donated $150, which would be equal to thousands today, to help the community rebuild. But from then on, she would never repair that earthquake damage. She would never build up ever again. And and she would never repair those first floors we were on. But she still wanted to continue expanding her mansion, so she built out instead of up. So she built parts of the mansion on foundation and other parts built off. That's why you'll go and be upstairs, but technically you're still on the second or third floor. So Sarah's construction is what makes this place a little bit odd. But that's why she did all that. She didn't want to have to go through the earthquake trauma ever again. So take all that in, take your time looking around all these different artifacts and things like that. In just a second, we're going to go down that way, and we're going to talk more about Sarah's spiritualism, all of her spookiness. And before we get to the next room, you guys are going to see the doors here with that 13-foot drop. After that, you're going to see 2 photos. Those photos were taken during tours, and they caught a ghost each one of these photos. The first photo you're going to see, it's a floating figure in the window. And the second photo, you're going to see a tour guide. He's dressed for Halloween, and he's in the seance room, and they caught a ghost woman figure standing right next to him. So you guys can see that. And he actually quit after that photo was taken.
Oh,
Yeah,
he quit?
He quit. He did not want to work here anymore after that. Yeah. So take your time, but when you're ready, we'll come on forward this way.
Ha? Yung tour guide, na-picture naman may multo. Nung after yung na-picture namin multo, nag-quit daw yung tour guide. Yeah, ay, mamaya papakita niyo. Dito daw. Or doon sa crystal. Sa drin, crystal. Crystal bedroom.
This is another really cool stained glass window, guys. As you can see, it's reflecting rainbow prisms. Just that tiny little window, and the sunlight hits it just right, so it's beautiful. So take your time and enjoy, and then we'll come on forward this way.
Ayun. Trip niya talaga. Mamaya i-explain na kung bakit. Kasi lang anak niya namatay pa. Baby pa.
Ano po titignan niya? Ito po.
Magkano po dyan, sis?
1600.
3 gigs. Yeah.
I didn't notice that before.
Yeah.
What's that? It's like even right now.
Right. Look at that.
I would quit too.
Yeah.
I think I would probably quit right after that. Still at the rifle.
Oh, wow! It's reaching for him.
Yeah.
So, ito yung tour guide. Pinicturean siya kasi Halloween special. Ayun yung nakunan. After niya, nag-quit na siya.
Ito po yung tour guide.
Ito yung tour guide.
Ito.
Ayun.
Yung itim.
Yung itim. Ito,
Yung
nakahawak
parang
sa
usok.
Parang nakaturo, nakahawak sa kanya.
Sinakalan siya. Ay, ayun yung kamay. Ayun.
Yung dyan sila.
Diamond window and there's hair in it.
Dito na ba?
Cherry top? Yeah. It's like a
Bago lang.
It's like the back of blonde hair. There's like, and you can't see like anything else.
I'm not sure exactly. And I know we do have a Victorian hair wreath that you guys get to see, which is like jewelry made of human hair. So it could be something like that. I'm not sure exactly. Good question. I'll try to think about it. Let me see if I can think.
I have a picture.
Bago palitadahan nila yung pinaka-hindi.
Ah, ito
Parang
yung parang
palitada.
nila.
Parang palitada.
It's all cool. These are all unfinished rooms, guys. Yeah, you're looking at them just as Sarah did. And yeah, you'll have to show me that picture too. Yeah, I'll try to just figure out what it is. But yeah, we're gonna go straight ahead. There's gonna be tables and chairs for you guys to sit.
Sinusirado yung Jessica lang na uyan.
Coming on into there, yeah. They're going into that room.
Mahilig kasi siya sa hula-hula.
Siya yung kanina nasa harapan. Yung nagagaling.
Yeah, mahilig siya sa ganyan.
Bawal nga umawak. Bakit? Ano meron?
That's true.
Oh, okay na.
Yeah, welcome in, guys.
Ay, story.
Now this tour is special for lots of reasons. One of those that you can sit down, so you're more than welcome to sit either here or in the fancy chairs. You totally don't have to, but we made it look like a seance. So you're more than welcome to sit. But yeah, this room and the room that we are directly next to were never finished, never completed. So you guys are looking at them just as Sarah would have. But we've now converted this into an area we talk about spiritualism. But you're still looking at some original stained glass windows over here on the upper side. So those are original. But we talk about spiritualism in this room because spiritualism was very popular during Sarah's time period. between 4 and 11 million different practices of spiritual things during Sarah's time, including notable figures like Queen Victoria, Mary Todd Lincoln, Arthur Conan Doyle, and Pierre Curie. Many people during that time also tried to disprove spiritualism, such as Harry Houdini. So it can depend on what you believed in at the time. Sarah's spiritual practices still remain a mystery to this day. Everything that we know was written down by her staff members, so that's how we know the bell tower was ringing at a certain time for seances and things like that. But everything died with her. It still remains a mystery. This piece over here, though, this is a piece of Victorian mourning jewelry. This is specifically a hair wreath. This is a practice they would do sometimes when a loved one would pass away. They would be able to make jewelry out of that person's hair. So an example of that's human hair in there. And I think at first we hear that, and yeah, it gets a little goosebumpy, a little gross. But I think this is a beautiful way they keep their loved ones around after their passing. As you guys might already know, Sarah lost her only daughter, Annie. She lost her husband. She lost her mother-in-law. So you can understand why people would keep things like this in their home to commemorate their lost loved ones. So yeah, take your time and enjoy this space, guys. Look around. These are all real devices used back then. After you guys are ready, we'll go on up these stairs and we'll talk more about Sarah's construction. There's also water up here for you guys.
Is this original Sarah's, the Ouija board? Or is it? Pang Ouija board niya. Are you there?
Yeah. Diyan ka ba? Sorry.
Bebang, dito ka ba?
Mag-ibag. Bebang, magparamdam ka. Bugahan mo kami. Isang buga naman siya.
Benta.
Bugahan mo kami ng hininga.
I have a question. The Ouija board, was that original Sarah or?
Good question. Not original to Sarah. She does have a seance room in the house, so that we think would have been her seance room, but people back then did use Ouija
That
boards like that, but not originally hers. Yeah, great question. Yeah, welcome in, guys. You are looking at the back side of the most expensive window we saw earlier.
Oh.
That's the back side of it. Super, super beautiful. And where that gray area is over here, that's the elevator shaft to one of the elevators in Sarah's mansion. This is a hydraulic elevator. And later on in the tour, you're going to get to step inside that elevator and look up the elevator shaft. So that'll be really cool to check out. So you can remember that for later. But welcome into the outside in room.
Is it a little big bag?
We call this the outside in room because all these walls you're looking at here, they once existed outside of the mansion. Now they are inside as Sarah continues to build. This photo over here shows a photo of the grand ballroom. That is the room we are directly on top of. And that room has a change in elevation. It's 3 feet taller than the rooms that surround it. That's why I had to take those steps right now to get up on here. So again, Sarah's construction makes this place a little bit odd. This chimney here, too, would have once served as the tallest chimney on the estate. This chimney would have gone all the way down into that grand ballroom and come all the way up to the base of that once 7-story tower. That's a photo over here. So later on, when we go on the balcony, you'll see the top of this chimney and see how far it would have extended up. Now only 4 stories high, so it would have been even taller than those. But in just a second, we're going to loop all the way around. You guys are going to get to check out a room we never allowed people to look into before. This room has beautiful stained glass windows that you guys get to look at, but there's no door. So the only way you could have entered is through a window. So a little bit odd, we're not sure why, but you guys get to check it out today. So yeah, when you're ready, come on. Probably. Exactly, yeah. Climbing through one of those little tiny things, yeah. So yeah, take your time and enjoy, you guys. It's super beautiful. Right now we're looking out onto the gift shop. So that's the gift shop to the left of us. So at the end of the tour, I'll point out where we are right now. Or we're looking outside again. Yeah, when you're ready, we're going to come on through this way and we're going to go up to the base of the 7-story tower and you guys can look at original pieces from the 7-story tower. Everything was saved. So you guys can look at those whenever
Sound good.
Ayun.
Sige.
Sama mo din si Kaden.
Good lang.
And And before you guys get to the staircase, if you look to your right, you'll see one of Sarah's gardening rooms. This is the gardening room where you could lift up the floorboards and water the plants right along the surface.
So you don't have to go out.
Exactly, super smart.
May
Your
butas yung
gardening
floor.
room.
Para
So we'll come
may
up
butas
with
yung
you guys
floor.
are ready.
Pwede mo alisin yung floor para magdilig ka. Hindi ka na lalabas.
Dito po. Parang edited na ito.
I know. Oo nga.
Well, come up. You're almost at the top. We're at the base of the 7-story tower, yeah. These photos were all taken before the big earthquake, so you are looking at Sarah's original 7-story mansion.
So this would be somewhere here?
Oh, so basically where those men are standing about there,
Oh.
that's how tall it is now. So it
Oh.
lost all of that, yeah. But every piece was saved, so these are all the original pieces from that tower. That finial that's in the middle of that tower, that's that exact finial right up there. And those windows that are hanging, again, those exact windows up there. And those eyebrow-shaped windows are also those exact windows. Super, super cool. This U-shaped thing too, this is also an original piece, and it is located directly in the middle of the mansion, right over here. So once sat right over here. So that's an original piece as well. And you can also notice that the mansion, the 7-story tower, wasn't built directly in the middle. It was placed a little bit odd to the right. So a little bit odd. But you're looking at Sarah's original gates as well. It's got her initials on one side, and then on the other side is her phrase for the mansion, Yonada Via. That stood for house on flat land. That was her little nickname for the mansion. You guys are also looking at a really cool original piece, that little wheel-like thing. Sarah had that at the end of the 13-foot drop, so she could hoist furniture in and out of that 13-foot drop. Super, super smart. So for the ghost, but also for that very practical reason, during cleaning cruise ships, we got to throw broken down boxes out the 13-foot drop. So we got to kind of understand what it would have been like for Sarah. So super smart, thought of everything. And this is also that chimney again. So ascending all the way from down there, all the way up. In just a second, we're going to go out on the balcony. You'll see the top of this chimney. And then we're going to go into a room we never allowed people to go into before. This room is part of the original 8-room farmhouse Sarah first purchased in 1866. So you'll see photos of that 8-room farmhouse. Started out super, super small. And you guys will get to see original windows, original wiring. After that, we're going to go into what we call Sarah's hideaway. This is an area specially built for Sarah. So it's got really low ceilings. It was fit for a 4'10" woman. So we'll need our hard hats in those areas. But it'll be really cool to check out. So when you guys are ready, you can come on forward this way and take your time.
So, kasi si Sarah Winchester, ang asawa niya, yung nag-imbento ng barel na Winchester. Yun yung barel na ginamit ng gera, madaming namatay. Natakot si Winchester, feeling niya mumultuin siya ng mga napatay ng barel. Kaya siya ganyan para dumalig yung multo.
Kaya maraming mga
Mga pintuan.
para malito.
Hindi siya mapuntahan.
Yeah, I think she just had like an appreciation for all types of things. So she's got like gods and things. And that's the top of the chimney, guys, over there. So now only 4 stories high. You can imagine how tall it really would have been. That's the top of it over there. No, on the third floor. Oh yeah, this is that third floor, yeah. Most haunted area, yeah.
Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm.
Ito daw yung most haunted area.
Yan nakita ko.
Yeah.
Kala ko
The whole area, the third floor specifically, yeah. The reason, yeah, exactly. Well, it's honestly always good energy. I never get any bad feelings, but we think this is the most haunted because her staff would live on this floor, and the ghosts seen here are her staff members. That's why we think they're mostly hanging out on this floor. But welcome in, guys. This room is part of the original farmhouse, so that's a photo of the only 8-room farmhouse. We got a room over there. So this is what Sarah started with before expanding the mansion. On the right side is a photo taken before the big earthquake, so that shows you what she expanded it out to. So, pretty crazy. But she purchased this 8-room farmhouse when she came here with Ned Rambo. He was part of the San Francisco branch of the Winchester Rifle Company. He showed Sarah here, showed her California, showed California for its heat, helped her arthritis. So that was really nice. These are also original windows that you're looking at. These are spider web windows, and people think that Sarah has spider webs because she's spooky. chunky, but it was actually very popular then to have spider web windows like that. Yeah. So not just a her thing. Not just a weird thing. This is the top of that chimney from the first floor.
Oh.
Yeah, so it extends all the way up. This is an original chimney. Super cool.
Tayo bigyan. Pinapunta ka kanila para ma-preserve. Parang di ba mo?
Yeah, the first room that we're in, yeah. Yeah, when you guys are ready, I unlocked the door for you guys, so when you guys are ready, we can explore that little thing as well. Like, just make sure you're wearing a broadcast in this area. It's fit for Sarah, so only 4'10" ceilings. Exactly, yeah, we believe that this was just for her. Like her own special thing out of it. So all the way straight to the Winchester has a little seances, but you can also check out a balcony over here. So it's all for you guys to explore.
How long did you memorize all of these?
Oh, it took me a good amount of time.
Sarado mo siya.
Hindi ka mahanap ni Kevin.
Yung ano, dito siya yung
Tumatawid. Yeah. Parang dito siya dadaan. Taguan tayo dito.
Parang ano lang ko sa
Hindi kayo naman.
parang submarine.
Sa ako nakatatahin.
Yeah, check it all out, guys. Check it all out. This is Sarah's area. If you guys go up these stairs too, there's the witch's cap room up there too. So you guys can check it all out. When you're ready, we're gonna go this way, but take your time checking this area out. It's all for Sarah. It's all for that little lady. We'll hang out.
Laki naman ang pangkawa mo bro. Parang magsira mo, no?
Ano?
Ayun, please.
Ay, ito yung witch's cap, yung patusok sa labas. Kumalapit sa'yo.
Pero tayo
Please no sit in ating French.
mamangulto tayo.
Kay Sarah to. Kay Sarah.
Perfect si Sarah Shushan.
Nabibig niya
May
si
issue
Sarah.
siya, tagal na niya.
Si Sarah. Kay Sarah yan.
Block decker mo siya. Kiri-kiri siya. Please no sitting on antique furniture.
Witch's cap. Yung patusok. Dito ko ako yung TV. Parang yun yung gusto kong kwarto. Yan. Ha?
Di ba to ate?
Siguro. Wala dito nila alam eh. Pero feeling nila tambayan daw ni Sarah.
Feel ko ito yung dance floor.
Kabisado niya ba yung bahay niya?
Ni Sarah?
Oo.
Parang natin mo.
Siyempre, pag tumanda.
Nanggaling ka ba tayo?
Parang galing.
Ay, ito, heater yan. Umiinit siya. Yung mga nasinaw ng heater. Pag nahawakan mo, mainit na siya. Parang plancha.
Grabe, parang may mga bata.
Akala ko parang ginaganon na siya sinasarado siya.
Yan, ininit yung buong ano. Ganun.
Napunta mo ba rin?
Doon, yung part na to hindi. Ha?
Dito po sa right, hindi ko natin.
Ah, dito.
God, offender.
Yeah, this is another cool like entrance to the rooftop type thing, but again, we're not really sure. It's got a weird ladder up there.
Only Sarah knows, I guess.
You know what? And I think that's the magic of it, kind of. Like it died with her. Yeah, we'll never know to this day.
Are we allowed there?
Oh, we're gonna go there next. Yeah, yeah. Whenever you guys are ready, we'll continue on this way, but take your time. Don't rush.
Let's wait for them.
We're gonna cross it over.
Oh, wala. Nobody knows.
Gusto ganyan lang.
What'd you say?
Sarah ka nakakaalam kung
Exactly, yeah. But back then, none of Sarah's family members wanted it. So it was just purchased by a random family. They remained anonymous, and they actually wanted it to be their house at first. They were going to put like a roller coaster here. They were going to live here. But then they realized people would pay so much to just come walk around. So they opened it up. So
Same
we're
family since.
Exactly, yeah. We're just very lucky that it stayed intact. Yeah, over 100 years old, everything. Yeah, but when you guys take a mansion tour, if you ever take a mansion tour too, you'll see photos of like people in the 40s. Back in the 40s, they did tours here too. So it's been around forever.
Sa gobyerno na po may ano.
Yung namatay si Sarah.
Yeah, but after you guys are done exploring, we'll come on this way. If you guys are getting a little too hot, there's a fan in this room too, so it'll be nice.
Bang family, hindi sila.
Here's a cool bridge too.
Manamit.
Don't look down if you're scared.
So hindi na magano. Sino yung may-ari niya? And then sino yung binili?
First, I don't know.
Ha? Hindi na.
Kaya pa. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so take a look around. These are all Sarah's staff members.
Is this original?
No, gosh, you know what? I think, yes, this was one from her staff members. Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, a lot of the photos that we have today are from her staff members, like family photo album.
Asan siya dyan? Siya pipi.
Stop.
Yeah, this was like her nurse, her foreman. I'll tell you more about them when we all come on in here. So that way nobody misses
I
it.
know.
Yeah, welcome in, guys. There's a little fan over there too. If any of you guys are getting way too hot, there's a little fan over there. Yeah, welcome in, guys. Straight ahead of us is the original staff parlor. Sarah added this area so they'd have a little bit more space to spend their leisure time. This is just where they would have spent their break time. They would have actually lived on the outside. All those smaller properties were for them, or they would have lived on the 3rd floor with Sarah. She provided them free housing, free meals. She took care of those around her. These are all photos of those different employees. This is Sarah's foreman, John Hansen, and this right-hand man. That's his wife, Nellie, and their sons, Carl and Ted, live on the property. This is also Sarah's nurse, Henrietta Severa. And this guy over here with the dog, this is Fred Larson. That's Sarah's chauffeur and mechanic. And we don't have a photo of her gardener here, but her gardener's name was Tommy Nishihara, and that's his wife over there with the little baby. His wife, his children, and his grandchildren even lived on the property. He even named his grandchild Ida Winchester after Sarah. It kind of shows you their devotion to each other. She implemented things around here that made it easier for them, like those dust corners we saw earlier. She also had these really cool ash cleanouts in every single fireplace. So all they had to do is just sweep it into one little pile and it would all dump into one little area. So super easy to clean. She made sure people were taken care of. But in just a second, we're going to go into that original staff parlor. This room was redone in the 90s, so not original to Sarah. But after that, we're going to go inside a head housekeeper room. So inside an actual staff room. That'll be really fun. Alright. Now we're free to pass, and I will let you guys know that this is the door me and my manager were coming out of when we were closing. And it was midnight, and we saw a little boy in this area running around. So we were coming through this door over here. And this is original linoleum that you guys are standing on too. Over 100 years old, this room.
Volleyball daw kayo.
Naalala mo ano yung sunod? Galing ba tayo dito?
Oo nga, ano. Ha?
Galing ba tayo dito?
Ay, no?
Galing tayo dito?
Diyan po tayo galing ata.
Kaya dyan tayo galing kanina. Oo, di ba? Magkatrabaho ka kay Sarah pa. Dito tayo titira. Kasama si Kaden.
Maghahabulan tayo. Maliligaw dito.
Exactly, yeah.
Like
So
a
kind of like a
person.
phone.
Ay,
It's
no?
like so brilliant for back then.
Pambata.
Exactly.
Kwarto
This
ata
is
siya.
a high-tech house, like to have
Yeah.
that and then
And
like little
elevators.
speakers.
Yeah.
it's
Speaking
crazy,
tubes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do it
She
still
just
work?
thought of everything. Not anymore, as far as I know,
Oh,
but that
kompleto nga
closet
eh.
does still
Closet.
work, so that's cool. Yeah, welcome into the head housekeeper room, guys. We think this is a head housekeeper room because, as you can see, the annunciator is right by her bed, so she would have known when Sarah needed assistance at all times. She also only had one closet, so she didn't have to share this space with anybody. She also has a really cool sleeping porch, and sleeping porches were very popular back then, so they could escape into the cool nights when it was too hot in here. They also would have had stoves in their rooms too, so they would have been able to keep nice and warm. But in just a second, we're going to go down this hallway. You guys are going to get to check out a really cool closet with a staircase. Now again, we're not sure why, but you guys get to actually check it out this time, so it'll be really cool. After that, we're going to go down an original staircase. You guys are going to see the electric elevator. After that, we're going to go deep down to the basement, so that'll be really exciting.
Does that lead to anything?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think that's another one of those plant watering things. So I think she would have had plants here and then watered it right along the surface.
And then just kind of drained
Hit it out. Yeah, exactly.
Ang laki kasi ng bahay niya. Gawin niyo sa dream house yun. Mo. Abot mo ang kape.
Mo yung kape ko ang lamig na.
Yeah, go a little closer in there. You can see those steps in there. But it leads to nothing. So we're not sure why.
She was gonna trap the spirit. I thought they were gonna.
No, seriously.
If you go up there and to the left, you'll find what you're looking for. So go up there, you're like, it's
Parang
finished.
siya. Oh, may bag ah.
Well, I will tell you guys, I have a family member who works for another Victorian in this area. It's called the Harris Glass Museum. And she tells me about these cool things called Widow's Walk back then, where you could go up on the balcony, go up these staircases, and look to see if your husband had come back home. So that's what
without
my
him
theory
knowing.
is. Yeah, exactly. There you go. You can spy on people and you never know. So that's my theory, but you can let me know. But in just a second, we're going to go down this original staircase here. To your left side, this is an original banister, guys. Sarah built this for her, for 4'10" woman. So we're going to use this opposite side, but this banister's over 100 years old, so that's really cool.
Mababa yung kasi mababa.
Maliit lang siya.
Forte. So dyan siya umakas sa kaliwa.
They have to be very like kind and very generous, like very sweet, and then like that they made that Winchester movie, and I feel like I watched like the trailer of it, and she seems so eerie and like creepy and all this stuff, but I feel like that's not actually what she's like.
Nangala mo ni Bay.
Plantita pala si sa
Correct.
Parang yung bata ng straight lang na ano yung nag-build ng Lego. Maikabit lang.
I know.
Pag yung nabuo.
Ito ano naman ang bato.
Patrick niya.
Uhin ko na naman.
Ganyan siya para maligaw ang
Iba-iba yung level, no?
Pinto everywhere.
10, 10, 10.
This is the kitchen sink you would have fallen into from the first floor, or from that seance room up here. So if you look up there, that's a door to the seance room.
Oh, we were in there.
Oh yeah, so you would have fallen 8 feet all that way.
I have a picture from them. Let me get one from there.
Yeah, dude, please do, because yeah, it's so not really good, it's so cool.
Pwede ginahin natin yung
Looks like it would hurt.
Ay, ito yun.
You are, you would not leave one.
Anti-ocean.
So yeah, if you guys look up
Ay,
there
wag
too,
bawal ko.
that's her seance room. So it's where she would talk to ghosts in. So this is her exit for the ghosts. 8 feet.
Malaglag yung buhok niya. Ugasan.
Ang
Pati na
tawag
ako
dun?
yun.
Ang tawag dun sa
Seance room. Doon siya nag-meditate.
Seance?
Seance.
Buong kwarto na naman. Buong siya na. Dito nga on down.
Kasi si Sarah.
Hindi lang kung
That's the
marami.
seance room up there.
Room 101.
Easy sa
All that way, 8 feet. Wow. So yeah, check it out, guys. That is the seance room up there. So you would have fallen all that way. Not very fun, but fun for the spirits. Exactly. Well, you know, a guest also pointed out to me that maybe this was like her earthquake exit.
Smash.
No, like it's a painted fly.
No.
It's not like
Smash.
It looks
It's smash.
Kung alin?
yung laman.
One thing
Party siya.
Nasa room. Malaki sa first
Kung ano.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, from the seance room, like that's what I'm thinking it could have been, but obviously it didn't you guys too. But these cool things could have controlled the bell tower from the first floor. So she could have rang her bell tower all the way from down here.
Has anyone tried to pull it?
Not as far as I know. I've been
Look
told
at
to
the
not
rope.
try. Oh yeah, this is always cool too. And yeah, all the skylights are original too, guys.
Try mo i-pull mo. Ito kasi yan ah. Ano kaya yan?
Bella daw hilahin pagkatawagin niya. Ding, 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 ding.
May kalesa siya dito.
Meron dito.
Ito ba?
Ano yan? Ano yun? Nililabas na yung sa isang floor dyan papasok na naman. Parang ano, driveway.
Karay.
Courtyard na tawag.
Saan
Parang silong.
Diyan ba yung pasok ng regular?
Yeah, yung pasok ko regular.
Pabog siya may sarili siya nga.
Doon tayo sa front, ano?
Ay, tubig ulit tayo.
Yun.
Piso na. Abot daw silang bata dito. Iabot daw sila. Iabot daw sila.
It worked back then, yeah. Powered by electric, yeah. Electricity. It would have mostly taken Sarah right to her room, which is directly above us. So super smart. She had her own little, her own little elevator. Yeah. She's like, yeah. She's like, especially those big stairs.
Yeah.
Heck no. Yeah, this is the oldest electric elevator, guys. The one only electric elevator installed in
Machine
1916.
eminent.
It's the only elevator with a blueprint. Really, really cool thing about this elevator too is that right above those floor numbers, Sarah had a panic button. So you could press that panic button and she could use one of those hand cranks to crank you to the next floor. Super smart. She also had a lock system so you couldn't open that elevator door and fall into the elevator shaft when the elevator was moving. So super smart. This is also Sarah's aviary, which would house those birds. So if you hear bird noises, it's just a sound.
It's the ghost of the
Ay, fountain dati. Yun yung elevator. Siya lang daw may elevator na electric dati. May sarili siyang elevator.
Tapos may ganito siya.
Tapos may ganito siya. Garden room na.
Parang grotto-grotto.
Grotto yun.
Parang,
Oh yeah, I should really need to know.
ang mga yung pagiging resident evil. Yung bahay ko, yung mga aso dito.
Parang ang sarap maglaro dito. Like yung may hahabol sa'yo.
Yung bata.
Tapos ang dami kang mapupuntahan kasi tayo ng mga pinhouse.
Yeah, now we just passed through Sarah's aviary. This is where she would house her birds.
Oh,
And we think tropical birds because she's got a chimney in there. So we think that chimney would have radiated heat for those tropical birds. So she would have had a bunch of them flying around in here. And for those of you who didn't know, she had that dog Zip too. And her dog Zip, she had a lock system on this thing, so her dog Zip couldn't come running in, the birds couldn't come flying out. And that second gardening room, Sarah's second gardening room had a window in the middle of the floor. That's that window right up there.
Oh.
So it's cool when people are in there, you guys can look down on each other and then be like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm gonna open up these basement doors for you guys, so we're gonna go deep down to the basement now.
The basement.
It's really, really big in here, guys, so make sure to wait for me when you get on in here. There's about 3 to 4 different entrances and exits. So it's very, very big. We're gonna check out that elevator, and then we're gonna look down the alleyway where the wheelbarrow goes to see sometimes. So you let me know if you see them. Also, the basement has low piping, so we need to wear our hard hats in this area. So be very, very careful, guys. But whoever wants to go first, come on in.
We noticed there's a little bird there. Yeah.
Ay, lamig dito.
I know.
Right next to the aviary.
Ah, dito sila nag-iimbak ng pagkain, no? Kasi malamig.
Ayun, dyan yung mga
Yung bakos, pickles,
Check.
yeah.
Ay, ito.
Like here.
May mga bowl.
Parang ano nila, pantry.
Ano ba yan?
Dito, ano? Sumakay kami.
Dito yung ginagawa ko.
Dito kita hanapin, Josh.
Magtago mo dito.
Kaya nababaan mo.
Iba na yun.
Parang panty lang. Stock lang mga pagkain.
Storage mo ba?
Ng pagkain. Kasi nga malamig.
Oo.
Hindi mababaan.
May AC na ba sila? Wala pa.
Parang heater lang.
Alright, we're all locked in. Welcome into the basement, guys. This is the best preserved room, literally, 'cause this is where they would keep their preserves. The jars are not original, but the lids are the original lids, so over 100 years old. This is also an original box. It's got Sarah's initials on it. It says SL Winchester. And when you guys walk this way, to your right side are also going to be original batteries. And those steps lead up to the laundry room too, in case you're wondering.
Si ate po. So,
Come on, this way when you're ready.
kunan nila.
So the stairs enter into the laundry room from the floor.
Ang mga baterya dati, oh.
Yes, from that room down, then you can come on down to the basement.
ABC. Radio battery.
I'm sorry.
Pa baterya, oh.
Ngayon, dami na ano.
What year was it?
1910.
Double A, triple A.
Tapos pa.
Yes, guys, this is the elevator. The hydraulic elevator. It goes all the way up into that room we were in earlier.
Wow.
Super humongous.
I'm scared the elevator's gonna fall.
Right? Yeah, now we're fine, but I'm thinking about it back then.
So
too.
hard
I
to
can't
have
imagine.
Won't protect me from that.
Yeah, and once you guys check out the elevator too, there's gonna be this alleyway. This is the alleyway where wheelbarrow goes.
Ako sumama sa akin.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, honestly, we just call it wheelbarrow goes.
That is so eerie. Is that, I know.
Yeah, I totally just saw something like, oh, I don't like that. I've never seen it.
Oh wow, look at
Yeah,
that.
I feel like I saw like a hand.
I did not like that.
Right when we were talking about it too, literally. I was like, you were like, so is he the gardener?
Because I was like, is that like a dead end? Like, or does it keep
No,
going?
it's a dead end. I mean, it extends very far out, but yeah, it's a dead end.
Why is the light
flickering?
What?
No, that like
Color
stressed
reveal.
me out. We were just talking about that. My phone died. Mom, we were like talking about it, and we were
There's
like,
someone there. Standing.
Yeah, we think so too. We saw someone moving earlier. Me and her, yeah, like right now. When me and her first came, and then we were talking about
we're
what
talking
in.
about the wheelbarrow. I was like, oh, was he the gardener?
Yeah, and all of a sudden we saw.
And then
like,
all of a sudden we saw like a.
Ay!
I don't know.
Yeah,
Nanakot mong bilhin.
Probably not too scary for me, but it's getting scary today. Yeah, like I said, I've never been lucky enough to see him except for this time. I swear I saw someone moving down there, but a few times when I'm giving my tours in here, little kids will ask me if there's a mirror in here because they can see someone standing behind me. So that's always a little bit freaky. But we just think he's performing his same task. The coal chute is over here, so we think wheelbarrow ghost is just pushing the coal into the boiler over here. So nothing to ever fear. But yeah, he's seen down here. So guys, this is a wheelbarrow over there.
Dati kasi sis, nung wala akong kuryente. Kaya yung uling linalagay doon, pampainit ng bahay. Wala dyan. May movie siya kung Jess.
Iba na napanood natin.
Hindi ko lang...
Sa Netflix ngayon, panoorin natin mamaya. Gogon TV. Huwag natin. Ay!
So yeah, take your time, guys. Don't get too freaked out. Oh yeah, the Winchester movie. Yeah. None of the acting was done here, but I'm not sure if it's on Netflix actually. But I know it's on a couple streaming platforms. Yeah, because I've seen it before a few times. It's pretty.
Nasa
Cool.
Netflix yun.
Yeah. Now, when you guys come down these stairs here, you're gonna see the original boiler. This boiler was portable before it was installed. It came all the way from New York.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Kasama ka. Pakaw ang tubig.
Hindi na ako mabalik.
Pasang ka. Pampainit ng bahay dati. Ay, heater. Ganyan. Oh, this is boiler for the water.
I saw someone down there.
That's the boiler for the water?
Yeah, great question.
Oh.
So this boiler would radiate heat for the radiators that were attached to the ceiling.
Oh.
Sarah had radiators attached to her basement ceiling so that her mansion had heated floors. Super smart. I don't even have heated floors.
I know.
Nobody has
Nobody.
heated floors. Yeah. So Sarah was way ahead of her time. These cool things too, guys. There's a cool story behind these. These are called clinkers, and basically this is what happens when coal gets stuck in a boiler. They become these big hard rock things, and you have to remove them to make sure the boiler doesn't get destroyed. But the crazy thing is that we didn't have a cover on them before. They were free to access, and a few years ago someone stole one. And he actually just returned it this year because he said his life went downhill after stealing from the mansion. It's a true story. He sent this big, long email about how his wife divorced him, all this stuff happened to him, and he believed he traced it all back to stealing that one day. So yeah, no, it's true. It's a true story. Yeah. Don't steal from old spooky places or anywhere. Yeah.
Especially Sarah.
Or exactly, she'll haunt you. Yeah. Exactly. Bad juju. I agree. But yeah. So take your time, guys. Enjoy the basement. We're gonna go on our last stop, and then you guys get to sign the guest book, which will be really cool.
So, pupuntahan daw niyo kasi.
You guys made it out alive. Look at that. Come on out. Yeah, and more of those creepy doors. Yeah. You know, to be honest, really cool. So you guys can look back on it later on.
Ito kaya kamahal ganitong mansion sa Pinas.
Now, if you guys remember, when you were in that outside room, looking out onto the gift shop, we were up there earlier.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
That's where we were.
on behalf of Mrs. Winchester's staff, both past and present.
Super cool. Go ahead and return your little hats on in here.
Oh,
And then the guest book is all the way at the end for you to go ahead and sign. And take your time.
thank you.
Of course. Oh, it's good. I'm so
Pupuntahan daw ni Sarah yung susulat dito. Sulat ka, sis.
Sulit pa tayo. Pag yung
Masundot to. Wala guestbook.
Perfect. Yeah, with all that being said, guys, this is our last stop on the tour for the day. I really hope you guys have enjoyed your time here in Sarah's mansion. I have pleasure showing you around. You guys are a great group to have. My name is Arizona. If you guys have any questions that you guys can help me with, I will be here. Oh, yeah. Well, the property is free to run from the outside, guys. Garden tours are free. There's a friendly orange cat named Lieutenant who runs the property, so you can say hey to him. But take your time signing the guest book. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.